Hello, viewers. It's Cynthia Michael from Screenview, bringing you a new podcast from our Center Code the Boruto Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you didn't understand me. Also, I try to do my best not to breach your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will have an adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will have some adult language if you're under 18. Sorry about the yawn. Late night last night. Anyway, now if you're over 18, then you go to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, with this and everything else out the way, let's get into the latest episode of Boruto. So basically, we see Boruto's team and Michi's team along with Kagura's team on board the pirate ship that they stole from the pirates from the Gold Mine Island, along with the civilians and whatnot. So basically, we see Boruto's team, we see Dinky's most of Dinky's team and Kagura's team, in the main bridge where that old sea captain is driving the stolen pirate ship that they stole. Are now heading back to the hidden mist by heading on, to basically down the stolen pirate ship that they stole from the pirates, the Fume pirates and whatnot, and headed back to Mist Village, heading back to the hidden Mist Village with the civilians that they saved from the island, from the Gold Mine Island and whatnot. So anyway, it seems like the sun was setting. Boruto. So basically, everybody was like, we'll be sooner or later we'll be back in the hit mystery soon. So basically, but Rebay was not a bit doesn't trust Kagura, doesn't trust Kagura and his teammates. So basically, Heavy Ichigo, Kyo, and Banta. So basically, he still he still doesn't trust them. He doesn't trust them because they did steal the sword and went and tried to get Paul cool. So basically, Boruto said that Banta was very used. Was kind of co-signing for Banta and whatnot, and kind of some, co-signing for Herbie Ichigo, but, as for Kyo, he's a bit, Bunter's I'm like worried about the girls, but what about Kyo, the big dude? He went nuts when he saw blood. So basically, he's the most dangerous one out of all of them. So basically, we feels like the big dude is a real threat, but he's just down. Actually, he went on this little rampage on the fortress. He's down below deck sleeping. So basically, that rampage took Kagura knocked him out. He's sound asleep ever since he went on that rampage and got knocked out by Kagura. So basically, Kagura told Rebay, "Don't worry." Don't worry, Cog. They have marks on their neck. So basically, if they do get out of hand, they will, I will deal with them. But there's no need for that. So basically, it's a safety caution. So basically, Relay is still the big dude could be a problem if he goes nuts. So the captain. So everybody went to sleep that night, including the captain. So basically, the captain was sleeping in the captain quarters of the ship, and all of a sudden, someone sneaked into his room and used the axe that Kyo was we see the axe that Kyo had is currently using the axe that Kyo was currently using. Somebody snuck in the room and cut and basically cut the captain's head, and kill the captain with Kyo's axe, axe slash hammer. Hammer. So basically, the next morning, when when Boruto woke up and everybody was gathered, most of everybody was gathered, into the captain's room and found out that the captain is dead, and Michi was close to them, and it looked like somebody cut him with a blunt object. So basically, that's when Rebay was like, oh, I think I got an idea. So basically, he assumed that he went to go find Kyo, and and Kyo was awake, and all of a sudden he was cleaning his axe off that had blood on him. So basically, Kyo. So basically, we would say you the one who killed. Rhea came into the room where Kyo was sleeping, and where he was cleaning off his his axe weapon that certainly had blood on, with a cloth to clean off his axe weapon, and basically Rebay just walked in and it's like, oh, I knew it was you the one who killed the captain. So basically Rebay was jumping to conclusions, but he seemed like he had food. He seen the bloody cloth that Kyo was cleaning his axe with, and basically he started to jump to conclusions, and that's when her Ichigo use her thread needle sword to stop Kyo and Rebay from fighting each other. So basically, her Ichigo saying well, we don't know. Well, her Ichigo said he was asleep all night. So basically, I was here with I was here with him all night. He was asleep all night. So basically, maybe one of the Fume pirates are still on board the ship. Must have got on board. One of the Fume pirates must have got on board the ship and must have used the axe. It must have used Kyo's axe to kill the captain. So basically, before we jump to a conclusion, let's go find some evidence and go find your editors and see any pirates made it board the ship. So basically, we were maybe he was jumping to conclusions, but he still believed that Kyo killed the captain. So basically, everybody was looking around the ship for any sign of any pirates on board the ship, and so far no luck. And basically, somehow everybody, all the civilians in the low, all the civilians on board the ship heard about the captain being killed, and basically somehow it started to spread. Somehow the civilians heard that the captain got killed. Got killed by Kyo, but nobody knows how these people know that. So basically, the ship was searched to talk to about it, and no sign or any pirates on board the ship, and that's when Kawaki came with a civilian telling him and the others that the big dude. I went to the bathroom last night. I saw the big dude go into the bathroom and whatnot with his mask off. So basically, he had the mark of the Fume Pirates off. So basically, the civilian claiming that Kyo took off his mask last night. Took off, he saw him. Saw Kyo while his mask last night, and basically, and said that he's the one who killed the captain. So basically, and Fume started to freak out and whatnot. And when the only way we can settle this is for Keo to take off his mask. The witness is saying that the big guy took off his mask. He had one of those purple stripe marks on his forehead, like all the Fume pirates does. So basically, and Keo was very nervous of taking off his mask because he started to really freak out when Karaki asked him to take off his mask and he refused, and basically Karaki so basically like Keo ran away and Karaki went chasing after him and we really went with him. So basically Karaki got into a little tussle with Keo and basically like took him down and basically used his arm and turned it into blood. And it looked like he killed and he took down Keo once and for all, and basically came back to the others. Him and Ribe came back to the others and saying that Keo is finished. So basically his body's below deck. It's below deck. So basically, everybody, and it seems like everybody was was kind of shocked that Keo might have to kill the captain and originally hurt Ichigo and then we're kind of shocked that even though that they believe that Keo didn't do it, and we're kind of shocked that that Kawaki took out Keo. So anyway, later that night, we see the witness who saw Keo kill the captain. Well, turns out it was being controlled by a Fume pirate inside. So basically, this Fume pirate using this water style juice to liquefy himself into the witness who fingered Keo for killing the captain. So basically, the Fume pirate came out of the dude's mouth in liquid form and basically and made himself solid, and basically saying that he kind of looked like this Fume pirate kind of looked like Keo. He's saying that oh yeah. It was very easy to trick those Shinobis taking the big dude down. That way, it'd be more easier to take down the others. So basically, he set up Keo for a reason because he set up Keo for a reason to that way the others will take him down, and basically it'll make it much easier for him to take down the Boruto and the rest of the others. So basically and that's when the lights went off in the cargo hold where Keo's body was, and turned out that Keo wasn't dead. Turned out it was a clever trap. It was a clever trap by Kawaki. So basically, Kawaki said, I figured that the real the real killer of the captain, will show yourself once I sprung my trap. So basically, the pirate was like, how did you know? How did you know? So basically, it's kind of funny that all the civilians on the ship heard about the captain's death, and none of us Shinobis didn't tell anybody else about how the captain died. So basically, then we looked at and Pasquio's behavior. When I asked him to take off his mask, he started to freak out. So basically, they started to battle the Fume pirate, but he liquefied himself into water and went to the engine room and tried to take it out. So basically, luckily that Haruito had her needle thread sword and tried to stop this pirate from taking out the engine, but the pirate, her needle sword was fused with chakra and was basically stopping the Fume pirate from getting to the engine, but he managed look at battery to break through the thread of Herbie Ichigo's sword and basically took out the engine and basically in the process killed himself as well. So basically the pirate managed to take out the engine and sacrifice himself in the process. So basically, like Kyo. So basically, so basically, everybody was that was Weebay, you owe Kyo a apology. So basically, since he didn't kill the captain, so basically, Weebay, said sorry to Kyo because he still has Weebay still has a grudge against the misfit for killing his father and whatnot, he made his feelings about his father being killed by the misfit blind him from the truth, and basically and said to apologize to Kyo, and Kyo said that's okay, and Reba asked why did you wear that mask in the first place? Because the Fume pirates, and plus the one reason, another piece of reason is that if Fume work, I will never work for those pirates because as a young boy, those pirates attacked my home. So basically, I got badly burnt. My face is I got bad scars on my face. So basically, that's the reason why I wear the mask. So anyway, everybody was was thankful that that this whole murder mystery was clear. But as for the engine, Diki came back and said it's not good. So basically, the engine is pretty much, pretty much right now. I'm just trying to do my best to try to get it running, but it seems like it's hopeless. So anyway, so this is how the episode ended. It ended with everybody being believed that that the murder mystery is done. At the same time, worried that if they don't get this, if they don't get the engine. If they don't get the ship engine fixed soon, they're going to be drifting, and and they could run into more trouble out in sea, out in the middle of the sea, and basically that's how the episode ended. So anyway, this was a good episode. It was a good mystery episode, and about and also had a good lesson about we shouldn't judge others, shouldn't judge others on your personal bias and whatnot, and we shouldn't jump to conclusions about others as well. So basically, it had a good message to it. So anyway. What do you guys do? So, is it good? Yes or no? Please let me know what the comments below this podcast. So anyway, sign off. 1.